Hello my dear students, how are you? This is my fourth video on stereochemistry, and today we are going to discuss some very important terms of stereochemistry. They are namely enantiomers, diastereomers, racemic mixtures and racemic modification, and mesocompounds. My dear students, who have not watched my previous video, you please watch it, because in my previous video we discussed about chirality, and which is directly related to this topic enantiomers. Alright, let us go ahead. So first, what are enantiomers? Let us see first, then we will discuss. The stereoisomers, which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other, are called enantiomers, and the phenomenon is called enantiomerism. The term enantiomers is derived from the Greek word enantio, means opposite, meros means part. A pair of enantiomers possess identical physical properties, namely melting point, boiling point, refractive index, etc. They only differ with respect to the rotation of plane polarized light. If one of the enantiomers is dextrorotatory, the other will be levorotatory. This is about definition of enantiomers. Alright? So my dear student, let us try to understand the term enantiomerism with the help of an example. So, this is an example of enantiomers. My dear students, to check that whether a molecule show enantiomerism or not, we should know whether the molecule show chirality or not. Because chirality is the necessary and sufficient condition of a molecule to show enantiomerism. My dear student, now you see this molecule. This is bromochloroether. Now this molecule show chirality. This is the mirror image of it, and if you will see, if you will try to superimpose it, they are non-superimposable. With the help of model, in my previous class also I showed, with the help of model we can show. Suppose this is one isomer, this is another. They are mirror image of each other. Now they will be enantiomers only when they are non-superimposable on it. You see that? Non-superimposable. So this molecule show chirality, at the same time they are enantiomers, and hence they are optically active. Clear? Yes. Now, so we have discussed the condition of enantiomer. Always remember, the necessary and sufficient condition for a molecule to exhibit enantiomerism is chirality. We have learned in my previous video in details about chirality. So my dear student, we will discuss now another term. This is diastereomers. So what are diastereomers? Stereoisomers which are not mirror image of each other are called diastereomers, and the phenomenon is called diastereomerism. Let us try to understand the example of diastereomerism. At the same time, how do they differ from enantiomers? So, as I said, enantiomers, this is the mirror image. They must be mirror image of each other. You see, in closer view I am showing. This is the mirror image. This molecule is a mirror image of this, and they are non-superimposable. Alright? But in case of diastereomers, they are not mirror image. You see, I am holding the molecule here in the right. This is Whenever I am holding the molecule with the left, this is not mirror image. See this. This is not mirror image of this. Very clearly you can see. So these are diastereomers. Let us try to understand with the help of examples. Suppose this compound. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? This is one chiral carbon and this is one chiral carbon. This is a molecule having 2 chiral carbon. This is 2,3-dichloropentane. And this is the mirror image of this. Now, straight away you can say that compound 1 and compound 2, compound 1 and compound 2 are enantiomers. These are enantiomers. These are enantiomers because these are non-superimposable on each other. Clear? They are mirror images but not superimposable on their mirror images. Okay, similarly, this compound 3 and 4, you see, this compound 3 you can get just by exchanging the position of hydrogen and Cl. Here, compound 3, compound 4 is the mirror image of compound 3. Compound 3 and 4 are also enantiomers of each other. See here, they are enantiomers. These are mirror images of this, but not superimposed. If I try to place this molecule on it, it will not be superimposed. So, compound 1 and 2 and compound 3 and 4 are enantiomers. Now, my dear student, let us see compound 1. Compound 1 with compound 3. You just observe compound 1 and compound 3. This compound and this compound are not mirror images. Just you observe this and this. You just imagine a mirror in between these two compounds. This and this compound are not mirror images of each other. Therefore, they are diastereomers. These two compounds are diastereomers. Yes. Similarly, compound 1 and 4. See, compound 1 and compound 4. These two compounds also diastereomers because these compounds are not mirror image of each other. So these are also diastereomers. These are also diastereomers. Clear? Now you see another pair of compound 2 and compound 3. This compound 2 and 3. Relation between compound 2 and 3. So obviously, these two compounds are not mirror image of each other. If you consider a mirror here, if you imagine a mirror, this is not mirror images. You see. Therefore, these two are diastereomers. Clear? Yes. Similarly, compound 2 and 4. This compound 2 and compound 4. See the relations. Compound 2 and 4. Compound 2 and 4 are also diastereomers because they are not mirror image of each other. These are also diastereomers. So compound 2 and 4 are diastereomers. Compound 2 and 3 are diastereomers. Compound 1 to 3 are diastereomers. Compound 1 and 4 are diastereomers. My dear students, hope you have understood clearly. Yes. What is the difference between enantiomers and diastereomers? Yes. Okay. Now, let us try to understand another important term, that is racemic mixture or racemic modification. A mixture containing two enantiomers in equal proportions will have zero optical rotation as the rotation due to one isomer will be cancelled by the rotation due to the other isomer. Such a mixture is known as racemic mixture or racemic modification and is optically inactive. A racemic mixture is represented by prefixing DL or plus minus before the name of the compound. For example, plus minus butane 2-ol. Mixture of plus butane 2-ol and mixture of minus butane 2-ol is a plus minus butane 2-ol. But the mixture must be in equal proportions. Okay. So what is racemization? The process of conversion of enantiomer into racemic mixture is known as racemization. So my dear student, this is a very easy concept. Let us try to understand. Very simple concept. So if we mix two enantiomers in equal proportion, say for example, you are mixing plus butane 2-ol and minus butane 2-ol. Plus means dextrorotatory, minus means levorotatory. In equal proportion, if we mix, then what will happen? What is the result? This mixture will be optically inactive. What is the meaning of optically inactive? This mixture will not rotate the plane polarized light. Clear? Means it will pass the PPL. PPL means plane polarized light. In my first video I explained about the PPL. It will pass PPL through this mixture. Then what will happen? The rotation caused by plus butane 2-ol will be cancelled by minus butane 2-ol. And this is called external modification. Remember the term? External, not modification, sorry, external compensation. External compensation. There are two terms. External compensation and internal compensation. External compensation, this term is used in case of racemic modification or racemic mixture, and internal compensation we use this term in case of meso compound. We are going to discuss. Okay. So it will pass the PPL through this. Then what will happen? It will come out as this. Means this mixture is optically inactive. Clear, my dear students? Yes? Okay. So, we have understood what is racemization. Now, another term, that is meso compound. So, what are meso compounds? Compounds which do not show optical activity in spite of the presence of chiral carbon atoms are called meso compounds. The absence of optical activity in these compounds is due to the presence of a plane of symmetry. Remember, the absence of optical activity in this compound is due to the presence of plane of symmetry in their molecules. Due to the presence of plane of symmetry, meso compound consists of two equal halves. The lower half is a mirror image of the upper half. Thus, meso compounds are optically inactive due to internal compensation. So, what is the meaning of internal compensation? That is, rotation caused by upper half of the molecule is cancelled by equal and opposite rotation caused by lower half of the molecules. So, let us try to understand. Yes? See, it will, those of you, let me show you. Okay, no problem. Yeah, it is visible. The example of meso compound here, meso 2,3-dibromobutane. This is a 2,3-dibromobutane, this compound, and this compound contains 2 chiral center, which are marked with star. This is also chiral center. This is also chiral carbon. This is also chiral carbon. Yes. Now, yes, of course, we can think about a mirror image. This is a mirror image of it. But very interestingly, it does not exhibit enantiomers, and it is optically inactive due to internal compensation. So, what is the meaning of internal compensation? You see, my dear students, this has got a plane of symmetry. In my previous video, I explained plane of symmetry. Imagine a plane here. This divide equally. This divide the molecule equally into equal halves. You see, if you will consider it into equal half. So, rotation caused by this is upper half and this is the lower half. So, rotation caused by this particular half will be cancelled by this particular within the molecule itself. That is why it is an internal compensation. So, as a result, this molecule become optically inactive. It is not optically active. It cannot rotate the PPL. PPL means plain polarized light. Clear? Yes. One very important note. The compounds. Just now I have shown the example of 2,3-dibromobutane. Such type of compounds are there. So the compounds which have 2 similar chiral carbon atoms, they always exist in 3 stereoisomers. Out of these 3 stereoisomers, 2 are enantiomers. They are optically active, while the third one is meso compound. This is optically inactive. We can understand very clearly from this example. Suppose 2,3-dibromobutane. If this is a dextrorotatory, this mirror image, this is a laboratory. This is also minus 2,3-dibromobutane, this is plus 2,3-dibromobutane. Now, these are enantiomers. These are enantiomers and this is optically active. But here you see, due to the presence of plane of symmetry, due to the internal compensation, this compound is optically inactive. This compound is optically inactive and is called meso compound. Clear? Okay. Another example, tartaric acid. You see, tartaric acid exists in 3 stereoisomers: plus tartaric acid, minus tartaric acid, and mesotartaric acid. So, this is plus tartaric acid, dextrorotatory, this is minus tartaric acid. And this one you see, this has got a plane of symmetry. So, this is optically inactive. This is called mesotartaric acid. And these are enantiomers. These are optically active. This is optically inactive. So, my dear student, hope you have understood all the terms, whatever we have discussed in my today's video. So, we'll stop it here. Thank you. Bye bye.